as well, two of which you're about to see. T1's Anti versus Deadly Alliance's Venia. Two of the best in New York, man. Anti, long been one of the legends of Long Island, right up there with the Buzz, Mr. E, Vinny, kind of the Elite Four of LI that has done so much damage at Aeons and locals all over the place, and beyond that, you know, all formerly globally ranked players. Anti kind of making a return in Ultimate. Late Smash 4, he didn't compete as much. Beginning of this game, he didn't really go to too many tournaments, but he's always been a big Wi-Fi guy, and he loves to stream, so I think he kind of thrives in this environment. See how he's able to perform here against Venia in the losers bracket. This is his last stand for a bigger chunk of this cash.
And it's funny that you mentioned that Wi-Fi thing, because like that's the tale of a lot of these players, is that Anti started on Wi-Fi back in the Brawl days, all his Brawl. So he's very familiar with that. Already starting off fantastically against Venia. That stock was deleted like immediately. That was like 45 seconds.
Yeah, Snake actually known as a pretty tough matchup for Greninja. He's just not the best at avoiding the grenades. You know, a lot of characters are really good at just hitting Snake's feet when he's coming down. Greninja jumps so high, he doesn't have a big disjointed sword above him for his up air like characters, you know, Cloud or Lucina would. So you can see him struggle in this matchup. Also just like experientially, right? Venia, not a Brawl veteran. Now, I know it's kind of a cliche to talk about that, but it really does make such a difference. You know, these Brawl players have 6+ years of Snake experience, even if the character's a little different, and he's certainly like a mini game. Fighting him at first, even for a year or two, can take a lot of time to learn.
It takes doing stuff that you don't do in normal matches too, right? Like for instance, you can't hit his shield for free because if he has a grenade out, it's going to cause an explosion. And oh my god, speaking of explosion, he just exploded off into the blast zone. My god, that forward tilt's coming in, catching the jump.
Yep, and unlike most zoners, Snake has a really good burst option in his dash attack. He covers so much space. Infiltrate if you're trying to space out aerials or something, and Greninja, a character who does eventually have to come down. So I expect to see a lot of Venia's landings get caught by Anti, and also just having some trouble navigating through the traps, despite how fast his character is.
Oh, tried to set him up for that trap, but Venia just kind of waited it out.
Anti's
down that grenade.
Anti's down throw tech chases have been immaculate today, and his recoveries have been pretty clean too, but Venia ready for that, just going to do a ledge drop back air, something that a lot of players are too scared to do. Usually they'll just use the double jump after dropping off with an aerial, but very smart by Venia to acknowledge that that wasn't the play for this case.
We'll try to land on top of him with that nair. Hold on a second, get back down to the ground. Bro, where is he landing? Okay, good call out. Gonna go for that forward air again, just to like throw Anti back off a bit. 77%. Oh, off of the spot dodge.
The classic, man, especially now in this game that you can exit your spot dodge a few frames earlier with an attack. Snakes have been making people so upset with that for years.
Bro, Anti cleaned up that game. Good lord.
Yeah, that was really well played. I mean, didn't miss a beat pretty much the whole time. Venia's looking like he's just trying to adjust to the matchup, and you know, beyond the fact that Snake is tough to figure out the matchup against, like just as a character, the fact that players can put their own twist on him, just use different patterns of the traps that he has and different usages of his normals, which are all pretty damn solid. It could take a long time to figure someone outplaying this character, and we'll see if Venia is able to do that going into the next games of the set. Anti, I don't think he's going to deviate from this choice. I think he's going to rock Snake all 5 games if it comes to it.
So we're going to go to Final Destination, go to those platforms completely. Again, this is just like a stage that Venia just likes. Venia likes just not having the platforms because he feels like, I don't know, it comes off as like he can just trap the characters a little bit better when they're just trying to land, and that's where Venia is in an environment where he can thrive, especially when he chases after them with those really gigantic jumps. Yeah,
he's fast enough to get there right to where you want to land on the ground, and beyond that, he's also got a great projectile and water shuriken that is fantastic on flat stages like this.
Yeah.
Risk-free extensions of your advantage state. Anti not falling victim to that drag down. It looked like Venia actually missed his follow-up because there was no tech.
Yeah, it definitely looked like a flub.
Venia
landing with that in there.
Staying so healthy right now. Oh, and yeah, the way that Greninja positions himself during that down tilt, I think put him back in the range of the grenade. Could have been a death, but Anti, you know, he's setting up the field properly. Credits to him.
That's exactly what he's doing here. Grenade after grenade coming his way, setting up for the Nikita missile. And I feel like Venia just doesn't know how to maneuver them right there. Like he was like he was stuck, but managed to find the opening anyways.
Dude, I'm loving Anti's grenade coverage. The way he's lining them up, it's just very simple but effective. You know, you get the high one and the one on the ground a little closer to them, and then you put the Nikita in between them and cover everything else. It's so dangerous. And what's cool is that, like, wow! What's cool is Hydra pumping somebody off the top of the screen out of Cypher. Jesus, Venia. Oh, an no quarter. He is coming right back. Sticky into detonation, and that's going to take him out.
Right out of the spawn zone, too, the platform. Good lord.
Yo, why it's a Snake player whose sub-family is called the Detonation? That would have been such a good marketing play.
That's actually really good. I'm taking that.
Available.
I'm trademarking it right now, bro. I'm sorry.
You guys need a new head of marketing over at Leagues of 2000. I got you. Or Unilever, rather. Anyway, enough about my career ambitions. We got a dead even game between these guys, and the chase down is so real from Venia. He's just one of the most aggressive, quick players in the game.
Going up there, not gonna be able to get him. Didn't do enough damage to knock him out of the Cypher, but comes up with the sneak. Gonna catch him.
Really smart there from Venia, just knowing that Snake players love to drift past the edge, get a grenade, you know, pop it onto the stage, and then Cypher after it. I like Anti-Snake, man. It's a little unconventional, which is cool. Like, Anti always puts his own twist on things. He's not one of those players that plays by the book at all, for better or worse, but, like, he always does make it work.
Yeah, he's always been, like, a flashy player, too.
Yeah, C4 was certainly in that category. Wow, and the hair at the end of it. I thought he was going to just pop it back up. Wow. Disgusting from Venia, making the shortest work out of that final stock, and evening the set, man. All right,
bro. It looked like game one didn't even happen.
It didn't, man. And you know, it was looking like Venia was a little lost in the Snake matchup at first, but again, could just be anti-Snake. He doesn't play like other players, period. And Snake's a character that allows for a lot of creativity and flexibility with how you're going to line things up. You know, it's all about what you're looking for them to do as a player. So even though like certain patterns might be considered optimal or better on paper, it really doesn't matter. As long as you're able to kind of sense where your opponent's trying to move to escape your traps, you can put your own twist on this character.
Mm-hmm. Now we're going to see what's going to happen right now, because with Anti, he's a player that tends to switch characters when something stops working.
Right.
Because he's like, back in the Smash 4 days, like he was the king of playing literally like half the roster in tournament. And he would never stick with the same character unless it was like Mario or someone he felt super comfortable with. So now we see him lose a game, a 2-stock, mind you. And now that Venia's starting to adapt to the Snake, do you foresee Anti switching to Mario? And, oh, there it is. He swapped to Mario.
Wow, and you know what's funny? Like, Anti's so quick to switch off characters, but that's directly contrary to how he finds his kill moves. You know, he'll just stick with that same option over and over again. But when it comes to picking a different set of tools in terms of a character, yeah, Anti, he'll just go right on to whatever he thinks might work best after Plan A fails.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's dive into it. We got Yoshi's coming up. Tri-plat stage like Battlefield, except the platforms are placed a little bit differently, as well as having that slight slant on the edge, as well as a wall off the ground that can allow for like wall jumps or wall cleans.
Yeah, it's like a wacky Battlefield.
Yeah.
Not quite an exact clone of the stage, but the little differences actually do matter a lot. I mean, including the stage and boundary size differences. Mm-hmm. And I can see why Anti picked here. It's got a lower ceiling. They're going to die earlier. Those ladders become much more threatening. But the same can be said for Greninja. He's got great kill confirms, and sometimes, you know, when he hits you with that down tilt and the bear afterward doesn't kill, and you're outside of that range that's going to combo now, that could really hurt. So I think this stage is great for Venia as well.
Good, I like that placement from Anti. He was just waiting for like the swing to come out of that the little counter.
Yep, or up air out of shield. Really clever there, because he noticed Venia was still high up. Normally, like, Greninja's way too low to the ground to get by that. Jesus, the counter!
You were flying!
And Venia looking a lot more comfortable against like a regular character like Mario rather than somebody very weird like Snake. Snake, not a very common character in New York City either, so I could understand
which
why
is strange.
Isn't so used to fighting him. Yeah, right? Like Sage, Looney Tunes, and there's one other snake that I'm thinking of. Currently escaped. Oh, Cassius was playing Snake at the beginning.
Yeah. Well, when I think of Cassius, I still think of Bowser, unfortunately.
Same. I think he's now gone back to Bowser, so, but he did have a Snake at the beginning.
Right, good answer. Enta's gonna even up these stock counts.
Venia looking relatively unfazed by that stock loss, though, man. Looks like he's just back to business as usual.
Yep. And that's the play. That's a mind process of a champion.
Absolutely. I mean, he got here by placing top 4. You know what I'm saying? Certainly earned his spot. But unfortunately, one of these guys isn't gonna get auto-invited to the next one as a result of this match here. Let's see who it's gonna be.
Yeah.
In this game 3, of course, a lot on the line to determine the flow of the remainder of the set. Oh, and Anti just... Did he not have a jump, or did he just wait too long?
I'm curious if maybe he thought he was just dead. Because, like, I think he had his double jump. Like, I didn't see it used.
I don't know. Maybe we'll check the tapes, but
yeah,
that was hard to explain for sure.
We'll get an interview with him later. Just ask him, hey, what happened?
Swinging back at Venia, answering his pressure with a forward smash, such a great counter poke. Even if you end up trading, you know, it's usually in your favor, even if it's not for the stock.
You're trying to do Fireball right there. The Fireball does have a... Okay, challenge him, talk to him, down air off the top.
Anti with no fear in his heart there. He's like, yo, I know you want to be up here chasing me, so I'm just going to respond quite aggressively. Oh, and the Nair is just so safe. You can't shield grab that, especially not with a very mediocre grab range like Mario's. But that time he's going to get it. Okay. Oh, Anti so smart. Get out for the dare. Very common option for Greninja out of disadvantage.
He's coming back with the bears.
Oh,
he wanted to turn around. He wanted to turn around. God. Now
Anti back to the wall, stuck to the ledge here. Oh, and he air dodge! Oh, if only Lade had been so lucky in some of those situations. Oh, he crosses him up with that air dodge. That looked kind of like a panic air dodge, but it was actually really well placed by Anti.
He's trying to close this out immediately.
Yeah, and he wants that
to be over
too. He knows Venia wants to come in too. Oh no, is he dead? Ah, that angle was so ugly too. It was like a chic fair from Melee.
Yeah, like I feel like he wanted to like roll or something right afterwards, but just couldn't get it out in time. But that was a much closer game than the previous two. So if you asked me who's gonna win this set, I could not tell you the answer because this is so neck and neck now. Like, yes, Venia does have the set lead, but I think Anti's probably gonna stick with the Mario just based on that game alone. All right, here we go. Got the same bands on the table. Venia getting rid of Battlefield and PS2. Looks like we're getting a change of scenery at the least. Going to town and city. Oh, what? Oh. Anti's changing it up. He wants to go back to Yoshi's.
I wonder if he's gonna go back to Snake. Maybe try Lucario. No, it's Mario. All right. Oh. Yeah, no, it's not Anti backing out. Okay, very interesting here. I thought we would see Anti switch after that. He was kind of getting dominated at the beginning. Did make a really good comeback though.
Yeah, I think sticking with Mario for now seems to be the right call, especially with how close that was. I think Snake, game 1, I think that was just Anti catching Venia completely off guard with a matchup that he wasn't familiar with, where Venia started to adapt to a game number 2. Granted, it was on FD and there were no platforms, so he was able to easily abuse Snake at disadvantage in that regard. But I think Mario might be the right call right now.
Yeah, I mean, the way Venia adapted to the Snake was really strong, so I could understand why Anti doesn't want to try it. But maybe just on a different stage, you know? Like, you only fought him with Snake on his counter pick. Either way, I'm sure his intuition is worth trusting. Like, he's a player who's been so good at so many games.
Oh, okay. Good DI from Venia. Just trying to get away from that up air chain.
Wow, Anti looking for that air dodge into the ground. You've seen Venia show that a lot. Including in a set against the Buzz just before.
Ooh!
Looking for the Nair stage spike. Nothing too devastating, but still damage. He's still sending the message like, hey man, I know how to edge guard your character. I'm not afraid to go out there.
Try to do the reverse up smash too. Does it again?
Yeah. Jab 2, not safe on shield. Anti also, I believe, plays with smash sticks. He's got access to that super fast one-button press, up smash out of shield. Venia getting wild with these counters, bro. I love it.
I mean, I feel like, so like, Venia's been known to use counter a lot in his matches in the past, but I think lately, at least today, he's been doing it a lot and getting away with it.
Yeah, it's also matchup dependent too, right? Like, he played Lade first, and that's a character that just activates your counter without trying to.
It's like, whoops, I activated it.
Well, that was clean by Anti. I like the attempt to drop through and then rising up air again. Just a little off the mark, though. Venia, Anti is on fire in this match, though.
Was that fireball disrespectful? I don't know. Like, he was so close to it.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. It kind of looked like it. Maybe he's probably trying to catch a roll.
Oh, Anti so smart using this little slant to his advantage as well. I'm not sure if that would have crossed it normally, but definitely the additional slide from landing lag of back air was enough to take time.
Look, it's like, I mean, it is his counter pick, so he probably has some tricks. Using the wall jump as well to try to stall out his recovery to mix up the timing.
And this is a completely different Anti than we saw last game, man. It was Venia in a position like this. Anti narrowly almost making the comeback in the face of certain death. But, man, the Mario has certainly come online right now. He's logged in.
There we go, up airs.
Oh, Jesus, what a bait! What a bait from Anti to turn it into a 3-stock. Jesus Christ. This has been one of the most back and forth sets, just wrecking each other over and over and over again.
Bro, that bait on the air dodge, because that same exact situation happened earlier in that game, where he was like laddering him with the up airs, and he tried to go for the forward air, and so Venia air dodged in to avoid it. So the second time that happened, he does the forward air a little bit earlier, so it gives him time to land back down on the platform to get the forward smash on the air dodge. That was just Mensa, bro. Okay, looks like we're going to Town and City for Venia's counterpick. The final game. Greninja versus Mario. Yo, Anti? The thing is, like, both these players are just so explosive. So that, like, you just know it's going to be a good time to watch. Alright, here we go. Town and City.
Venia draws first blood with that Nair. Normally that leads to a lot of damage for Greninja, but I think maybe at 0 it didn't pop far enough, and Venia might not have been ready for the combo either. But he's still... Oh, look at him schmoovin', bro! Venia is dancing right now. He's got something to prove. He's like, yo, game 5, after what I just endured in the last game, no way. You're not hitting me twice. These strong victories. I'm at least going to fight back, if not, take the set.
You know, like, because some players, after they get 3-stock, they want to, like, try to, like, rethink their strategy, maybe, like, go a little bit slower. No, Venia's going faster. And it's working.
The double up airs. Yeah, I like that point that you made, Austin. Venia, instead of dialing it back, this man just turns it all the way up. Plays the game that he's comfortable with, which is rushing you down, killing you before you get a chance to find out what it is.
Okay, there we go. He used the double jump with the fireball? That was slick!
So close. That down air would have been ridiculous. And both of them just so close to dying here. Venia spacing out those forward airs. Going to set up an edge guard, if not just straight up get the kill in a 50%. Same can be said for Anti's up smash, right? Stuff those anti-airs and hey, maybe take a stock.
I love the spacing on these forward airs coming out from Venia.
Just narrowly outside of Mario's F smash range, or he just stuffed it. I think he might have been like 1 frame earlier.
Down tilt. Oh, he's too far away to get that conversion. Up smash. Do it again. One more for the crowd. For me.
Oof.
There it is.
Here's it coming. Ah,
okay.
There we go. Just a few too many on whiff, and Venia's ready. He's like, no man, I got a big disjoint. If you want to whiff that from far away from me, I'll use my speed to just get in the range of it.
Super jump punch finds its mark, but doesn't get the kill just yet.
Oh, no follow-up off the Nair at 0 as well. Didn't look like optimal positioning or even really good positioning at all for him. Something gone.
Oh no, Venia's starting to gain momentum here. He took the first blood, and now it's like starting to rack up. 78 damage already on his second stock. Anti trying to get a disadvantage. Finally manages to do so, crossing him up at the process with a back air. 2 stocks apiece.
Yeah, finding that kill, and that was huge. I mean, if he took any more extra credit, Venia would certainly be coasting his way to victory. But now, I mean, this is just a quick up throw away, right? It's certainly not weird to see Mario attack on 50 off a confirm. Got something going there, but unfortunately unable to complete. Oh, he went for up air. A taller character would have been hit by that.
What an evasion. Well, down there just going to go for the shield. Thought he was going to go up, so he shot the flood upwards.
He slipped underneath flood because Greninja's so tiny.
Yeah, he does the Naruto run, dude. He slides underneath it.
It's optimal, bro. I have been saying since 2nd grade. They looked at me crazy on the playground. I was like, bro, you throw a flood at me, I'm under it.
Well, we'll see both you and Greninja at Area 51 later on. Okay, that's a smash. Almost finding it.
Both of them tempting fate there, like such strong moves. They were both threatened by up smash, forward air, etc. Oh!
What?
Anti able to match the down air out in time and trade with a hit of up air. So clutch. That certainly saved his life. Wow, and the rising shadows. The Anti not ready for it. He's like, oh, you're just gonna like fall a little bit and grab the edge. I'm gonna wait for you. And no, that was not the right call.
Anti just ran across the entirety of the stage to do down smash. That was sick.
Dude, these are 2 of the hypest players in New York. They both got like that natural swagger, you know, that cool attitude and cool play styles. And watching them go neck and neck in a set like this, couldn't ask for more.
Yeah. Have the winner fight. The winner they have to fight against is Nick C, and then you're set. Like, that's all you need.
That would be a great show match. Either of these guys versus him.
They should invite Nixie next week or 2 weeks from now. That'd be sick.
About it, man. I'm always down for that.
But here we go. 150%. Gets a grab. Back throw. He's alive.
Wow, and the flood almost pushing him out too. Venia gonna use all the resources he got. A quick shadow seek stall. Just try to throw Anti's timing off for the next time he has to recover. Make him wonder.
Anti could just sneeze on him now. Easy.
Get up attack, and he crossed himself up right through Anti's shield. Okay, final stock, final game. And it's losers bracket. One of these guys is going home. Well, I guess they're already home, but they're not playing anymore today.
Going offline.
Yeah, ooh, I like it, Austin.
Oh god, he almost died to the hydro pump. Okay. Venia has all the momentum here. Anti trying to get back on the stage, uses double jump, up B, gets onto the ledge. A grab, connects, combo, not happening, too much rage.
Saw Anti sit there and think about what he was going to do after the throw too. Oh no, and a single hit, I think a bear tripping Anti there. Venia catching the roll in. What a ridiculous end to a ridiculous set. That was such a good show by both players, but at the end of the day, it's going to be Venia, one of the most dominant players in the 5 boroughs, coming through and taking out Anti from